Good morning and welcome to Nora's Dog Training Company. We're here this morning with Fred and Maggie. What we're going to be demonstrating for you today on video is Maggie's ability to understand and respond to her obedience commands. The correction and the motivations that we give the dogs when we're working with them and the training equipment that we're using. Maggie right now is working on her heel command. The command is Maggie, heel, and at this point Maggie has a job to do, and her job is to walk right along beside Fred, not pulling out, not lunging, but walking nicely beside him like a lady, and each time that he stops his feet, she's being taught to sit automatically to wait for her next command. That is the stay command. It's a hand and a voice command. It is the one-word firm command to stay with the flat of your palm about an inch or two from her muzzle. When Fred returns back to her, he walks all the way around her. She should remain seated until he gets back to her shoulders. This is what we call heel position, and they take off walking again. And her job is to keep all 4 feet on the ground, to walk like a lady, to pay attention to her trainer, and when he stops, to sit automatically to wait for her next command. So this makes walking your dog a pleasure when you're out and about, so that she's not distracted by every leaf that falls or every squirrel that she sees. Fred leaves her again in another sit-stay. And this time, instead of returning back to her, he's going to call her. You always make coming to you a happy command, and she should come right in front and sit. And then she returns back to heel and back sitting again, and he leaves her in another stay. Again, walks out to the end of his training leash. He uses her name, it's Maggie, come. And she comes in and sits nicely in front of him, and then goes back to her heel position. Very nicely done. Now Fred's using a 6-foot web training leash. He keeps the bulk of that leash folded in his right hand, which leaves the left hand free to give that little tug and let go, which is the only correction that we use here at school. And with Maggie, we walk a very fine line when it comes to correcting, overcorrecting, overpraising, because anything sends her off the edge. So you have to keep a very flat affect when you're working with her. Now Fred's going to demonstrate the down from a heel position, flat of your palm straight down toward the ground, and the one-word firm command to down. He walks out to the end of his training leash, and your sit-stay and your down-stay you can practice right in your living room. Now she got up, so he'll put her back into a down, tell her to stay, make her complete the exercise as it's been taught. You don't ever lose your temper with her, because then you've lost her completely. He walks all the way around her, ends up back at her shoulders, gives her a pat for praise. I'm sure he'll demonstrate that exercise again for you. He'll demonstrate that down from a heel one more time. And this really helps her to learn to focus and pay attention. Flat of your palm straight down toward the ground, the one-word command to down. And this time he calls her, Maggie, come. And she comes and she sits. Very nicely done. And then she returns back to heel and back sitting. Good job. Now she's not very good at down from a distance, but I'm sure Fred's going to try to demonstrate that for you. She wants to be close to you at all times, so leaving her to give her a command is challenging, but we're going to attempt to do it. You're going to leave her in a sit-stay. Don't go too far away in the very beginning. Fred's going to stand in front of her this time instead of beside her. He tells her to down, and she actually did it very well. And then he returns all the way back around to heel. So all of our commands start and stop at heel position. Remember to practice your commands indoors as well as outdoors, because we're always focusing on focus with her, paying attention, staying calm, not being revved up. We've demonstrated for you her heel, her automatic sit, her stay, her down from a distance, and her come. Please keep us posted on her progress, how she's doing at home. We will answer any questions that you have by phone or email, and we'll be happy to come out and work with you at home as well. Thank you for choosing Nora's Dog Training Company.